Hey guys, so I asked a few people over on Facebook why my embossing was turning out like this, so I'll insert a picture on screen. So a lot of people said it was my embossing powder that I was using, and some people said it was my embossing ink. So for some reason, sometimes I get fine images, other times I don't. I think it literally is just like a trial and error thing, so I'm actually going to test it today. So we're going to do it with my Distress embossing ink. We're also going to just use some Tuxedo black ink and put this over that, and we'll see if that works. And then I just bought this one, which is the Versamark water stamping pad, which everybody recommended. And we're going to test the Detail True white embossing powder, and then I'm also going to be testing the Taylor Expressions fine white details to see if maybe that has something to do with it. They're all going to be put with the anti-static powder tool, and then also all going to be on the same cardstock as well. The sentiment I'm going to be using is this one because it's got more like chunky lettering, and this is one where I always seem to have issues, so we're going to test it. So I'm not saying any of these ways are right or wrong. This is just how I'm going to see which one works best for the effect that I want. And yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you do, make sure you like and subscribe, follow me on my socials, and yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so the first one, I haven't heat set any of these yet, but I used the Distress embossing ink with the Cosmic Shimmer, and this is how it looks before I heat set it. And then we're going to go to this side, and we're going to do it on this side, just so it's a bit even. So let's use my anti-static powder tool. I was supposed to put that down first. So let's pop this down. There we go. And then we'll come back in with this just to make sure it is. And then I'm gonna take my Tuxedo black ink. We're gonna take, so this is going to be hard to tell whether or not this is inked up or not, but, and then obviously we've got to work quicker because Tuxedo black ink does dry quicker, so, and we're going to do that twice as I did with the other one, and then no matter what I do, I always get excess. Don't know if anybody else is like me, but you know, I'm starting to wonder maybe it's the cardstock itself that I'm using, because it doesn't have any texture to it, so I don't know why I would have an issue, but okay, so we're gonna heat set these all at the same time to make sure I don't cut away from any of it. So we're gonna clean my stamp again. We're gonna squish it down, rub it with my hand, and then we're going to come back in and bring this back in here, and then we're going to go here and here, and then we're going to put this down here. So I need to open this first, and I don't even know where my scissors are. Oh, this is never good. I'm sorry if anybody gets that feeling where they don't like hearing packaging open, but pick that up, and we're gonna use my try not to get it everywhere, but do that. And then we're gonna use the Versafine. Now I've never used this before, so I don't know. As you saw, it was brand new. So I'm gonna do that. Bring this back in. And the second coat, just like the other two did. And get rid of the excess. Okay. So this is all done with Cosmic Shimmer detailing. We're going to find out which one looks the best. So. Okay, so that doesn't help me at all. So the people that thought it was my Distress embossing ink, that is the top one, the very first one. Let's zoom in. And it doesn't actually have that horrible texture. You go to the one which I used with Tuxedo black ink and just went over it, and you can see it has this like crackling effect. Can I get this to zoom in further? Can you see it? It's very much like, that's solid on that side. That one, not so much, and that's the normal effect that I get. And then this is with the Versamark ink. So quite frankly, I think I prefer my Distress ink with my Cosmic Shimmer. So I'm going to write that on there so I know which is which. So this was the Distress embossing with Cosmic white. Okay, this one was with Tuxedo ink and Cosmic white. And then this is Versamark with Cosmic white. Okay, so we're now going to test. 1 second, guys. Okay, so now we're going to use Taylor expressions. We're going to do it all again. So you guys, I'm not going to show you me doing this. I will promise you that they are going to be in the same order. So it's going to be that one here, that one there, and that one underneath. And I'll come back in and I'll show you me applying this and all of that. So okay, guys, so that is like the weirdest thing, but I have different opinions again. So I really don't know what's going on. You guys have seen what I'm doing, and for some reason I'm not a big fan. I don't get it. So let me know, guys, what I'm doing wrong, because I really have no idea. So let's write down which ones are which. So obviously you saw the first three. This one here is the Distress. It's the Distress embossing ink with the Taylor Expressions, zoom in for you, fine white embossing powder. So that was that one. So let's write this down. So we're gonna put Distress, Emboss, and Taylor Expressions. This one down here, that was with normal Memento ink with the Expressions. So that was Tuxedo with Taylor Expression. I don't know why I say Taylor Expressions, it's tailored. I don't know why. And then the last one was the Versamark. So everybody that's suggested Versamark, not a big fan of it, especially for the price of it as well. Not a fan. The one that I used to use was Dovecraft embossing, but for some reason I just cannot for the life of me find it. So I do need to go to my local store and to see if they got it in, because I cannot find it for the life of me online. And if I do, it's quite expensive, and I don't want to be paying extortions. I think I paid £2 for it the first time I bought it, so I don't really want to be paying anything more than what I originally paid. I do know that things went up a little bit, but you know, I don't think things went up that much, so I'm just trying to find you one that helps you understand what I'm talking about. So, I also apologize if you can hear the wind. I've got my window wide open to try and cool my craft room down. So, but yeah, let me know down in my comments what I did wrong. I think my favorite one has to be Distressing ink, because it's, even though it's like obviously got all the like, I wonder if I clear it up with a so we're just using an embossing. This is just normal cloth. Let's just wipe that away, and now it doesn't really do much, but you can see that it's crisper for the letter E on that one. The H on that one's better. I'm actually starting to think maybe that wasn't set all the way. 1 second. Okay, so that wasn't set all the way, but it still gives you that weird bubbling effect, so I don't really know. But yeah, I have no idea, guys. So I am stuck. I have no clue. But like I said, I'm going to show you the embossing pad that I used to get and I loved. So if I can get this to show you. This is the one I used to use all the time and I loved it. Obviously I couldn't buy a re-inker, and yeah, I'm not a big fan, so I wanted to try and be more eco-friendly, and starting to regret my decision, so I'm going to see if I can buy this. Obviously you can get it off Amazon, but it's £4.09, so that's quite expensive for something that I paid £2 for the first time. So, but yeah, anyways, so if you guys have any ideas of what I'm doing wrong, please let me know, because I am literally stumped now. I have no clue. But yep, anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful in some way. I do feel like I am missing an embossing powder, so if I find it, I will obviously add to this video, but I might just insert a picture at the end and you guys can see that way. Okay guys, so I did find my other embossing ink. This is my embossing powder. So I know this is a regular, and I know they do a super fine white, so let me know down in the comments if you want me to do that. But as you can see, this is Distress embossing, with the Wow embossing powder, and I think overall that is my favorite one because it is super bright, super bold. It does have a few wrinkles and stuff, but that might be because I have some fibers stuck to my stamp, but otherwise that's pretty much it. Then we have the Tuxedo black ink with the embossing powder, followed by the VersaFine. So I really don't know why everybody raves about the VersaFine, honestly, because as you guys have just seen from all of the VersaFine ones, which is this one here, and this one, I don't see the overall appeal. I don't think it's any better than the Distress ink, so I think it's just basically your own personal preference on which one you prefer. But yeah, so I hope that this kind of helps anybody that is looking for an embossing powder. Let me know down in my comments which one is your favorite, also if I'm doing something wrong, and yeah, thanks guys.